In the construction industry, every day, you don't know what's going to come at you. You have to react, you have to be agile, and you have to deal with things that you weren't expecting to deal with that day. And then all of a sudden, what you're supposed to do that day, you haven't done, because you're dealing with this. And then the thing you're supposed to do that day has knocked everything out, and then your whole workload has just gone, spiraled out of control. You have to be very much self-disciplined, I think, to work in the industry, and strong. And if you don't have that, sometimes you need support. Just take a step back and look at what it is that's around you. You know, and you need that separation from work to your home life. My name is Jonathan Lath. I'm Managing Director with Mascott Construction, and my role is really to look after the whole company and all of our employees, and I report into our Chief Executive. Coming into the construction industry, from the finance end, you're exposed to the finance side of the company, which, you know, is cash management, it's forecasting, it's your financial strategy. But then coming more into a finance director position, and then the managing director position, you're seeing everything. And if I'm honest, first 6 months of being a managing director was a real eye-opener for me, because you don't just have your management account, your finance manager coming to you. You've got your construction guy, you've got your fit-out guy, you've got your commercial manager, you've got your health and safety manager. Everybody's coming at you, and you're the focal point. It took me a bit of time to kind of get around that. And the big thing for me, and there's always been for me, is that you need a good team of people around you. And without that team of people around you, then you will struggle. One thing I was told as a very young boy, and it's a very common phrase, is don't be scared to employ people who are smarter than you. I'm an accountant by trade, and I sit here as the managing director of a construction company. I know our construction director, our fit-out director, our social housing director, our health and safety manager all have more knowledge and experience in their respective fields than I do. But I'm okay with that, because that's the team, you know, and I have my bit to play in that, and those guys have their bit to play in that, you know, and that for me is very, very important. You need that separation, and I say to all our guys, you need that separation from work to your home life. You know, I've a wife and young family, and it's very, very important to me that I'm present for that. You know, and at the beginning, when I first started as financial controller, getting everything set up and all that, I was guilty of going to work and then coming home, getting my dinner and working again. Sometimes they kind of 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, because you kind of felt that you had to. But then there comes a point when you realise, well, look, all this stuff will be there tomorrow, you know, and your family will remember certain things that, oh, Daddy was never there, or Daddy was always working at night, or this and that and the other. So that became very important to me. So that there was a line really drawn for me that when I'm in work, I will work, and we work hard, and we all work hard as a team. But as a team as well, when you go home, you have to be at home. The guy out here actually on site who has been off for a while, and he's just come back, and I hadn't seen him. I went out to site today, and he came up and shook my hand and says, "Thanks very much." And I said, "What did I do?" And he says, you stuck by me. He says, "What do you mean, you were off sick?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "But anybody else would have just let you go." He says, you didn't. And he says, "You stuck by me." And he says, I'm now getting counselling and stuff, and I'm better than ever. You know, and things like that mean the world to you. He says 3 years ago he was offered help, he didn't take it. 2 years ago he was offered help, he didn't take it. Last year he didn't take it. He ended up in a really bad position, and this time he's taken it, and it's just changed his life. You know, so listen to the people that's around you. If you don't feel comfortable speaking to someone, lift the phone to Lightouse. You don't know the person at the end of the phone, so they're not going to judge you. Nobody cares. Lift the phone and get help.